welcome to another episode of Nuts and Bolts and Top of the Cart with Harry. Good evening, Harry.
Good evening, how are you?
How are you? You're on holiday and you joined us from the East Coast. Let me shut that door again.
Yeah,
And so it's really hot today, isn't it, as well?
yes, it is.
Right, so you went to Wigan on a Tuesday night. What did you think of it?
Hmm. I thought the first half was a bit like Salford in that first half, but then in the second half, I thought it was a lot better going forward.
It was a slight improvement, wasn't it?
Yeah,
But it was never a penalty. No matter what anybody says, I don't think that was a penalty.
no,
And so that out of the way, we're out of the cup. And now we look forward to Barrow on Saturday, which is another like
yeah,
interesting one because we played him 6 times.
yeah,
The last time we beat them was at their ground. I think it was a 3-0 win, but that was back in 2020.
yeah,
So it's either giving me very like 0-0 vibes or we're gonna lose. You know what I mean? And then that's like that'll be 3 wins, 3 games and 1 point.
yeah. It's not good, is it?
No.
Yeah, yeah. I saw slight improvement from the Salford game on Saturday, but yeah, yeah. It looks like it's gonna be 0-0 or written over it, but hopefully not, because I'd like to see a goal, maybe more than one.
Maybe more the wobble. Most of the games don't end up 0-0 between like over 1.5 goals. So I don't think you're going to see a 0-0. I think though, if it's a draw, it's going to be like 1-1.
Yeah,
But I was sort of like thinking, are we going to turn up there? Are we going to have one of them games where we're not expecting a lot, but we're going to go and win it? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or is it more of the same and it's sort of like, are the club waiting for Jack to come back and then all our problems are solved up front? You know what I mean? But then what happens if a Jack gets sold between then? You know what I mean? Or whether we're still
yeah,
stuck with the same problem, or he gets sold at the end of the transfer window. I mean,
yeah.
I did see an interesting thing on. It says some big decisions for Patterson on Platt, Jones, and Palmer may not be in our best 11 anymore. What do you reckon of that comment?
Um, uh, tough one, isn't it? 'Cause obviously, I know Pratt didn't play on Tuesday, which I think we missed him, really. Like, the corners going into the box, no one was really going for him. And yeah, tough one to call, I think.
But if you think about balls going into the box, a throw in at home to Salford, not throwing that Newport, throwing into the box, we concede a goal. A corner at home last Saturday, the ball goes into the box,
Yeah,
no one defends it. Platt was on the field for both of them.
yeah.
Do you know what I
It's
mean?
also, why didn't we play a striker in the first half in that Wigan game?
Maybe he was resting him. I like bring him on later in the game. But it comes down to that, oh, well, we can play for the last 20 minutes again, isn't it?
Yeah,
We can't be a last 20-minute team or a first half team. You've got to play for the full 90.
yeah. Because there's been some occasions where we're lucky enough to get a win, like Bradford at home, play for the first, well, those 5 minutes, and we just completely dropped off. Like, if that game was an extra like 30 minutes, they could have got something out of that, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not time to panic, is it? Because we're in what? This will be the third league game of the season, so it's not panicking time. But Patterson
No,
did say, "Oh well, judge me after 4 or 5 games. You know, well, 5 to 10 games. Like we're virtually a Saturday with 4 in. You know what I
yeah,
mean? 3 in the league, 1 in the cup. So then what happens? Because after this game on Saturday, say we lose on Saturday, what happens then when we play Shrewsbury on Wednesday night, and then Bromley at home on the Saturday, and then that's Bromley's Jatta's last missing game, isn't it?
yeah,
So it'll be dreadful if we get to that point where when Jatta comes back, if he ain't sold, and we've got 1 point, if we don't pick any points up between now and then, you know, we
yeah. It's like I think we should have got a lot more from Salford. And I would have said a draw against Newport would have been a fair result. But some of the chances in the first half could have made it 3. But and then yeah, I think Salford we should have done a lot better. But I think Salford came in with a game plan which works for them. We didn't. I don't think we have a game plan yet because I can't really see it on the pitch. Yeah, I think if we don't make it until the end of August with only 1 point, I think it's going to be a long season ahead of us. Sorry.
yeah, that's what I figured. But say like we win tomorrow, but then when we play Shrewsbury, maybe win and get a point, so that'd be like 5 points. We've got Bromley on the Saturday, 2 days away from the Wednesday game. Uh, I don't think it's like, are they going to perform when they're at home? You know what I mean? Because last
Yeah,
season, most and Notts' best performances came away from Meadow Lane. As you know what I mean?
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you there. There's been a lot of times last season where we've seen better performances away from home than at home because some of the home ones actually were dreadful. Like um, Barrow on Tuesday night, that was dreadful.
Wimbledon
But
in
then
the
we play better away the next week, so it was fun.
Wimbledon Wimbledon at home against in the playoffs. You know, we did Newport at home earlier in the season as well. It
Yeah,
was pretty dreadful. But you can get in this habit of not playing well at home, not mean not being consistent, not turning it on, or or does the systems we play suit us away from home rather than being at home?
yeah, it's a hard one.
And also, we can't cope with teams who press us,
No,
in my
because
opinion.
we're always trying to like pass it around from the back. So when teams press us, we get scared and we like normally either pass it back to our goalkeeper and he kicks it long or passes it out for a throw in.
Yeah, because they apply that high press and they work at it like as a team. They're really It's really effective, and we don't have an answer to that.
No.
But is Jody a number 10 as well, Harry? Do you see him as a number 10?
Um, I know he's played there before for I think obviously like Coventry or Oxford. I think. I think like, I know what he's trying to do. Like he likes to create more space, and he likes to get the ball more forward and create those opportunities for the strikers or the wingers to get in the box. But I can't see it working out. I can't.
So you would agree probably his best position is on the wings.
Yeah.
Now the other big talking point is Roos, isn't it? Is he good enough
Oh no,
to
not.
be, you know what I
Yeah.
mean,
He's not really going so well for Notts as he so far.
so far? But people could set it round with 3 games in, and coming up to the
Yeah.
fourth. Uh, what's the other thing? Palmer, should he still be captain or should he? Well, I can't see him losing it now, but should they made the decision not to have him as captain beforehand?
Yes, because I don't rate him as captain, and I think a lot of people don't rate him as captain. So
And then what else? What else is wrong with the side? The defense. I don't think the defense is as strong. Towards the end of last season, I don't think it was as strong as it was at the start.
yeah, yeah, we always. I mean, don't get me wrong. So we have some like I say decent defenders, but then apart from that, we don't really have like backup options for them if they like get injured.
And
Uh,
Makar is going to be missing God knows how long when, if that case is proven by the FA, he could be out, what,
yeah,
3, 6 months? And I'm sure he's contracted to us until 2028 or
27,
2027. I think he's got another.
2027. Yeah,
And then is Dennis good enough as a lone striker?
I mean, he had that chance in the second half against Wigan when he hit the post, didn't he?
Yep.
I don't really think if I don't think he's good by himself up front. I think he needs someone with him
Like a Jata
personally.
or a Traore.
Yeah,
I mean, Kunar, it is Kunar, isn't it? Kunar? Is it Kunar? The
what?
lad who came on and then he did
Yeah,
that overhead kick and completely messed it.
yeah, it is.
And so I don't know. We got an interesting referee as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
Who Paul? What is it? Marsden.
Uh, Paul Marston. Yeah,
And what did he? He refereed our game against Middlesbrough, didn't he? Not Middlesbrough.
Morgan.
Damn, Morecambe. This heat's getting to us.
We're not yet. We're not there yet. Yeah, yeah. He refereed against Morecambe when I was at home. We won 2-0, I think. I remember.
Yeah. What was it? Morecambe got what, like 5 yellow cards in that game, and I think we got one, didn't we?
Yeah, 5, and we got 1. Yeah.
So, what do you think the score's going to be on Saturday then? What do you think it is? Score
Oh,
prediction.
I don't know. Because when I say we like a win, we normally like do bad. So I don't know. We saw a slight improvement on Tuesday, but it's a Carabao Cup, so it don't really matter, does it? Really.
No.
I hate to say it, but I think Barrow's gonna beat us 2-1.
I mean, no sides in any decent form, are they? Because the last 5 games, it's like Barrow got what? 3 losses, 2 draws. We've got 4 losses, 1 draw. But obviously, that's going into the back of last season as well. But neither side is in that much of good form, are they? In the table, where are we compared to them? We're 17th, they're 21st. We haven't got no points on the board. But isn't that
Yeah,
just like County to go there and then lose? That'd just be County's fig, wouldn't it?
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, would a draw would be terrible even still after 3 games.
Yeah,
It's
I think
sort of
we'd
like
like to
putting you
get
in
all 3
position, isn't it?
points on Saturday, hopefully.
Hopefully we do. Hopefully Dennis will score. I think he needs a goal.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
And I think we need some goals around the team as well.
yeah. I mean, he was unlucky against Wigan on Tuesday, weren't he? When he hit the post. I think he
Yeah.
also had some couple of chances as well. So
It's not like I don't think. I mean, a lot of the side have still got a gel, haven't they? And we're
Yeah,
talking. Sometimes it can take a month for a team to gel. But football fans, when things are like this, we're not very forgiving on players or managers, neither.
no,
But I can't see anything changing. The thing what scares me is the amount of midfielders we've got. And if an offer came in for Judy, then you'd be
mm,
lose. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We could lose him if an offer comes in for Jatta in the last year of his contract. Do you know what I mean? And then what are you going to get? Because if you look at our transfer policy, this summer hasn't been very inspiring, has it?
no. Especially when teams around us in the same division are signing more quality than us, I'd say.
But is
Like,
that down to the contracts we're offering, like year contracts, where other teams who are doing well, say Chesterfield is second, they're offering 2, 3 year contracts to the players they're signing. We've been offering one,
yeah,
but we brought in a lot of loans as well. You know what I mean? We've this
5
transfer
loans, yeah.
window, yeah. But I don't. It's an odd one, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's like early on in the season and like you want to start off well, but that doesn't really end well to the end of the season if you play poor. So,
Do you
I don't
think?
know.
Carry
It
on,
is
Harry.
still
Sorry.
early stages, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still early stages. I think we'd like to get 3 points on Saturday. I mean, it'll make my weekend a bit better.
But do
But
you think with the fans though, Harry, that there's a sort of hangover when Maynard got sacked, and it came out of the blue to everybody. Even though I made my opinions on him clear last season, I said he'd never get us promoted, which turned out to be true.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, do you think with the appointment of Martin Patterson and the quietness around the club before that, and then afterwards, and everything what's gone off in the transfer windows and everything else, everything seems to be like very suppressed. You know, there's really any excitement around any of the signings early
Mm.
on. Do you think that a lot of the fans are a bit hungover by it all?
Uh, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but um, yeah, it's like I think we already knew that Maynard was going to get sacked after that playoff home leg at Wimbledon because we didn't really turn up. I think we had better chances in the second half. Don't get me wrong, but both of those legs didn't show up. And then was it 2 weeks after he got sacked?
Yeah. Was it?
Something
No, it
like
was
that.
a
Anyway,
Thursday. It was a Thursday after the playoff. We had the playoff game on the Saturday, didn't we? And then was it the Tuesday when the retain list came out? I can remember it
yeah,
because I was saying, well,
yeah,
where's Maynard's name in that statement? Like wishing the players who are leaving and all that. Like, there was nothing from him.
yeah,
And I think you'll remember at the time I said, that is really weird that he's not mentioned. And then I think it was like the Thursday evening. Was it Thursday morning? I can't remember exact time, but then he got the sack on the Thursday.
yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. That is. I don't think many people expected it to be Martin Patterson, did they?
No, because even I think in the time where there was note coming out of the club and everything else, and knowing that Javier Alves had worked for the brothers before he came to Notts, that he was sort of like the bookie's favourite, and then he like sort of went away from being the bookie's favourite, and then there was the news on that Sunday night what got broke over Twitter that he was going to be appointed the coach. And then Knox came out and says, "Oh yeah, there'll be media interviews on the Tuesday," but then they pushed the interviews out the next day. And then
yeah,
when one of the brothers, I can't remember which one, was asked about Alves, and he says no, he's a part of the setup and everything else. And then the following day he left,
yeah.
which was very strange.
I think partially maybe he left because he didn't really get the head coach what he wanted to get. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he thought it was like progression up,
Yeah.
or maybe the role in this technical board wasn't what he wanted it. You know what I mean? He wanted to be, but to me, all of it was sort of like it weren't aspiring to for a fan to like.
No.
But I
Well, I
hope we
mean,
do
yeah.
win on Saturday.
I just want to see more than one goal.
Well, you've seen two. Stop being greedy. You see one at Newport. You see one at home.
Yeah, so I'd like to see one more than one goal in one game.
I mean, you've seen 200 and what is it? 270 minutes of football, and you've seen two goals by knots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you've seen more from the opposition.
Is that going to happen again on Saturday?
Did you have your Wigan kebab?
No, I did not.
You didn't have your Wigan kebab. Disappointed, Harry. Very disappointed.
I know.
But I don't know. It's one of them things. It's early in the season. If we get too critical, it usually comes back to bite you later on. Wait, it's like the Bradford fan we know, both of us know, and he will go. He wanted Alexander out, and he went
Yeah.
public and said it and all this that and the other. And then at the end of the season, he's having selfies took with him. You know what I mean? So football could change
I,
really
sh-
quick.
I should say that then.
Yeah, but I don't know. Even if we had a really really bad season, and we 17th, we just offered around 17th, 15th, 18th, 19th. I don't think the brothers would get rid of him.
No,
Do you know what I mean? So, but like, yeah, it's been a dreadful season. The technical board's a new thing. It's got TV problems. This is the sort of statement you'd get, would it? And that'll be it. But then where does it put the ambition of the club as well? Because Patterson has said
yeah,
that they want promotion, but the signings, a lot of the signings don't say that.
no, yeah. 'Cause that's one of the reasons why Maino got sacked because we didn't get promoted that year. 'Cause I think we had a better squad last year to get us promoted than this year because some of the signings that we made don't really say promotion on it. Like some of the signings that we made last year, I think maybe a bit better than the ones this year.
We had last year. We had a squad to get us promoted. We were a
Yeah,
manager what couldn't get us promoted. This year we've got a squad at the moment. What looks like we've got more chance of relegation than promotion, but supposedly a better manager who's going to get us promotion. Is that
yeah.
about right?
Sounds it, yeah.
This has it. So is it tried? So this year, so is this year then trying to get promotion on the cheap rather than spending money to get promotion?
Yeah.
I can sort of agree that, but then they could go and pull out and like buy somebody. You know what I mean? Or they could go and get somebody who's out of contract with a good pedigree. You never know, do you, in football?
Well, no,
But
because we've still got
usually,
time to find. We've still got some time to find some players. So maybe in the next like couple of days or something, we might actually sign someone for like a decent amount of money. But no, but the signings we made so far has been like free agents or a 1 year contract, 2 year contracts, or loans. It's not really It's not really making us excited for like the new season.
But you know as well, usually this time of year is when, like, unless it's a loan or something, we don't go out and get anybody now once the season starts.
No,
Shall we? So is that our transfer business done? I mean, because what happens if Jack goes towards the end of the window? This is all theoretically. But he goes towards the end of the window, and then we're stuck with what we have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because obviously Jota doesn't come back until Bromley at home, I think. Um, and the squad that we have at the minute is not really exciting. Uh, and yeah, we don't normally make signings until like January now. We played a couple of games in the season, so and yeah, if Jota goes, I think we're only stuck with like Matt Dennis as a striker option. That's about it. And
But what? Yeah.
he's not been really proven as yet. I know he was good at Newport, and then Salford he dropped off. He had his chances against Wigan, but I don't think he can do it on his own. I think he needs someone there with him to support him.
So what if then, like, so the theory is the owners knew, the director of football knew that we at Jetta for 5 games at the beginning of the season, and so they were accounted for them 5 games that we're either going to get out of them.
Yeah,
But what if he comes back and we've still got the same problem? We're not scoring.
and then it's going to be a long season, isn't it? If we're
Yeah.
not like to win games, you have to score more goals than the opposition. But if we're going to try to keep the ball and not really get it forward, that's not going to win games because the other team's going to keep pressuring us to go back, and then obviously we're going to make the mistakes to let them. We're not letting them, but cost us a goal or two maybe.
Yeah. So in the owners thing is they want to play passing football, and then the data, the passing and all that lot comes more important than scoring the goals, does it? Because you can
Yeah,
have like 65% possession or 80% possession, but still lose the game.
yeah.
So what's got to change as the way we play got to change, or as the owners got to be more flexible on how we play to get out of League Two?
Yeah, and also I don't think we're going to get a decent manager until the owners leave or they sell the club.
I don't think it's in their model to like employ an experienced manager. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Now we employ this technical board. Would any experienced manager want to be told what to do or what to sign?
See, that's another thing, isn't it? Because is that a level? See, you look at it from an owner's point of view, and you look at like some managers. You say that MK Dons last year. So when Scott Lindsay took over at MK Dons, he went in, he brought a load of players into Crawley players and everything else. So he was spending the owner's money. Now, whether
Yeah,
half of them are still there or they've gone, they've lost money, it's still the owner's money. Is having that technical board or the way they get signings in protecting their money more than giving somebody else the free rein to say, I want this player, this player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I don't personally think the signings that we made are really Patterson's. Yeah, Patterson don't really want to make those signings, but he doesn't really have a choice, so does he?
But then is Roberto qualified enough to do them signings?
I can't answer it.
Or what is the data? What is the data telling the owners then when they look at a player? What what model? Because they must be using a model, a prediction or something to work out. Well, if we have this player, then he may get us X amount of goals. They must be using some sort of model to work out who they're getting. And I think we've lost Harry there. Let's have a look. See if he's still there. No, he's gone altogether. But are they using a model to say like predict or trying to predict like a future sort of like how a player is going to perform in the future? I don't know. But we will wrap it up there, and we shall be back for the watch along 2 p.m. on Saturday on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and other platforms. So bye for now and take care. Enjoy the game if you go in as well. So do you reckon they have got like some sort of model they predict like future outcomes of players?
I mean, I don't know how you could predict the future, but yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
But David McGoldrick had a dig, didn't he? The knots at knots.
yeah,
They
I
say
did, yeah.
you play well, you watch football with your eyes, not by like laptops and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was funny though.
But it's like David McGoldrick scored on Saturday, didn't he? A winner as well.
Yeah,
Langstaff
yeah.
scored on Saturday. Sam
Sam
Austin,
Austin scored on Saturday. Yeah,
yeah. So it's
scored on
like,
Saturday.
see, I wish we kept Langstaff for an extra season.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
if we had Langstaff McGoldrick last season and
We
Jetta,
would have gone up.
we would
Yeah,
have gone
we
up.
would have gone up. Yeah,
So is the owner's ambition not in line with the fans' ambition?
yes, I agree with that. Because obviously, I mean, I like to hope so that every fan in that stadium's they want promotion, but maybe the owners like because obviously if they would have sacked Maynard, they would have done it a lot sooner than later. And then I don't think they'll sack Patterson this year. Maybe not next year as well. It would depend really because when Maynard first came in, we were in the playoffs and we finished outside it. Any other owner would have sacked their manager, but we didn't. I think the owners like to give people a chance, like a second chance. If you know what I mean?
So if you look at, say, like Langstaff, then
Yeah,
reportedly he went to Millwall 700k plus add-ons or whatever. But
yeah,
imagine how much we would have got for him if he had another amazing season in League Two.
yeah,
We'd got promoted. I
yeah,
think you might have been talking what 2 mil.
yeah.
You
It's
know
a
what I
lot of
mean?
money.
Yeah, you would
Yeah,
probably got triple one what they got to Millwall the first time round. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
is sometimes like the owners, I don't know, eyes lit up. We're going to get this amount of money. We paid this amount of money for him, and
yeah,
it's sacrificed. a promotion last year. You know what I mean?
Mm, yeah.
But then you see that with Bass as well, don't you?
And Ruben. I think we could have sold Ruben for a little bit more.
Yeah, but I thought Ruben was out of contract, weren't he? He was out of contract.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, Ruben was out of contract. But the thing with Bass is it was unexpected. You know what I mean? He was on
Mm,
a 3-year contract, I do believe. And he
I
was
think
like,
so.
what,
Yeah.
a year into it.
Yeah.
And so there's some of the decisions a bit short sighted, you know what I mean? And then that's going to harm your chances further down the line for
Yeah.
progression. Because it's
Yeah.
all right being sustainable, but if sustainable only means the best you've got to hope for is like playoffs or a fluke of a group of players being put together,
Yeah.
it's not very inspiring for fans.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. The playoff is nice if you win, but if you don't, it's not great.
That's Chesterfield fans.
Not especially when a team scores like in the last minute i- in the playoff final in the National League. Sorry, Bob and Wood fans.
But it is an interesting scenario is like, where is the owner's ambition to sort of like, if somebody comes in for a player, we're just going to let them go because
Yeah.
that money is more important than they're taking the club further in that season.
Yeah. Mm,
Do you know what I mean? As a fan, it's
yeah.
not inspiring. It's not like sort of like, it's sort of like doors you hope of like once again being in the top flight. Whether being in the top flight would be a good thing or a bad thing, you know what I mean? But you should have that ambition,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean, I'm lucky enough to
Yeah.
see Notts play in the league against Man U, Arsenal, Liverpool, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm lucky. I'm one of the lucky ones, you know what I mean? I've seen that. I think it's twice in my lifetime when we've been in the top leagues, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've witnessed that, but for fans like your age and younger than me, they're like they haven't seen that,
Yeah.
and you can't say you're going to get in a cut run because we don't really have cut runs now.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I mean, I think. Yeah. I think the only time we'll probably get in the Premier League, I think, probably with different owners. I think.
I think because they've already come out and and said like if we ever get to a championship, then they're going to have to look for an investor or sell the club, didn't they? Because
You know, they can't really run it, like have the funds to continue.
which is which is like I don't know. But you want to see Notts playing in League One. You want to see him in the Championship. You know what I mean? You've got to have hope to like. Oh, you can't just say, "Oh, well, we're a bottom half Championship club," which I can't remember who said it at Notts, saying, "Well, we're going to be a bottom half Championship League One." The sort of side. What ambition is that? You know what I
No,
mean?
it's not. I mean, for any club, I think in the like at a professional status, even if it's like bottom of the National League or top of the Premier League, you like want to be as high as you can because a club can go two ways: have lots of success or the opposite, lots of relegations, and yeah,
I mean, all I can say since like the Monte Finance area, before that under the Supporters Trust, Notts fans have had a lot of pain in all that all that time. Not too many eyes in them times, but
Yeah,
we need that ambition to come back into the club. We need that enjoyment of traveling around the country and being in like League One, being in the Championship.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Over a period of time. Or what do you go to football for? Under the
yeah,
Supporters Trust, there was like 3,000, 2,000, 4,000. You know what I mean? And every year it was a relegation. It was a great escape every year. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That was your season to look forward to. Oh, we know where we're going to be at the end of the season. Monto comes in and we've got like this massive bubble
yeah.
around us. Spengor and Ericsson and Casper Schmeichel, Lee Hughes.
Joel Campbell.
Sol Campbell is one of I was at Morecambe for his one and only appearance. And it's like surreal. You're thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna be. It's like Wrexham was like when we was in the National League. It's that sort of like status of a takeover. So you think this
Yeah,
club is going places again,
yeah,
and we all know how that turned out. Yeah, we went to League One, we got promoted,
yeah,
and then we couple. I think one season and 2 seasons in League One, come back down, and then it's back to the sort of figure. Then we have the Coventry playoff semi final, and we all know what happened after the following season. After that, we get relegated to the National League,
yeah.
which, like, we go out against Wimbledon this year, and it's like, oh, next year relegation then. Would you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Well, I
we
mean, I
need,
think any fan wants to see their team win, don't they? They
yeah.
don't like. No, no one likes losing at the end of the day, but unfortunately, one team has to.
But it all comes back to ambition, doesn't it? Like the club
Yeah,
and the owners and everything else. As a fan, you can pack out a grand, like any supporter base can pack out a grand, but it's where that money's being spent. You know what I mean? Determines how
yeah.
how, how successful that club's going to be. It's sort of out of your hands after you brought your season ticket.
I mean, I know not fans hate Wrexham as a club, but not many fans when Ryan and Rob. Look at how when they came in, look how much ambition they had for Wrexham to be up there with like the Championship and the Premier League.
But don't
How
that
much
come
and
down
much
to
ambition
jealousy, though?
they did.
Hey, don't that come down to, well, why they picked that club and they didn't pick our club? Sort of like
Yeah, yeah.
mentality of like, you know what I mean?
But I get that, but look where they are now, and then compared to where they were like, probably like 5 years ago or something like
Yeah. But does that bring you long term success? Who knows? Because they haven't really got the money to. In the Wrexham case, they haven't really got the money to sustain Wrexham in the
that.
Premier League.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's why they sold a stake to that family who used to own a medical supply company.
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
And so, like, but then you can think when a new owner comes in, this is your savior. Look at Sheffield
yeah,
Wednesday now
mhm,
and what's going off there. Look at Morecambe. Hopefully that does get resolved. I mean, that joint statement what came out. It sounds
yeah,
promising, but it's been said 100 times before. So is it
yeah.
actually going to go through? But
I hope it does.
I just like I don't know where County are going or where the owners want to go.
I mean, I have one when I think they'll go, but not many people would agree with me or not be happy with me if I say it, so I'll keep
Come
it to
on, just
myself.
say it.
National League next season.
National League. Yeah, but how does that benefit the owners though? If you think about it, how would it benefit them? Because you're
I
losing
don't know.
revenue.
Yeah,
you lose TV money,
Yep.
gates will be lower. Do you know what I mean? So it sort of don't make sense to be one to be like there.
I don't want to be there personally, but I know it's still early days. But from the recent performances, and if we keep going on playing like that, I can only see that one option happening.
Yeah, it's an odd one. And shall we wrap it up there so you can go and build your sandcastles or whatever you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay, doke. Thanks for joining, Ara.
No problem.
And we shall see you all next week. Well, why is it Sunday, isn't
Yeah. See you on Sunday. Yeah.
it? Bill.